Today we are going to talk about the Necronomicon, a famous or infamous text, its place in spirituality, and its equally as important, maybe more important, place in popular culture. What if there was a book so powerful, so terrifying, that reading it could drive you mad, or even raise the dead? The Necronomicon is one of the most famous fictional grimoires in history. It was created by the writer H.P. Lovecraft in the 1920s as part of his Cthulhu mythos. Yet over time, it has taken on a life of its own, appearing in books, films, games, as well as occult circles, viewing it as if it were real. In Lovecraft's own words, in a letter to Willis Conover in 1936, he actually said the Necronomicon was merely a bit of imaginative fiction. But it was more than a fictional plot device. It was a mythos building technique. And Lovecraft designed it to feel ancient, dangerous, dare I say, real. The key points of it are it was created by Lovecraft mainly within two sets of stories, the Dunwich Horror and the Call of Cthulhu. In this mythos, it was supposedly written by the mad Arab Abdul al-Hazred in 730 CE, and that it had been banned and hidden in mysterious libraries like the Vatican or the Miskatonic University. Even within its own narrative, there were devices designed to make it more mysterious and hinting at hidden power and danger. The student of Lovecraft, August Derleth, who wrote on building on Lovecraft's legacy, said, "It is verily a book of ultimate evil, a volume which no man might read and remain sane." I suppose I better book myself into my psychologist, as I have read it a few times. After Lovecraft's death, fans and other writers expanded on this myth because it had found fertile ground in the imagination of people in the late 20th century. And it was in the 1970s and 80s where the Necronomicon exploded into pop culture. In 1977, the mysterious Simon Necronomicon was published, and it mixed Sumerian mythology with magical systems and a liberal dose of Lovecraftian imagery. And though scholars do consider it a hoax, maybe a word we need to rethink, many occult practitioners have claimed real results from it, both positive and negative. In the Simon version, it says, "This is the Book of the Dead, which is a book of black earth. This is the book of the spirits of the earth, which is a book of gates." Leading on from this, there have been tarot cards created. There have been works of art created, inspired by this particular version. And the mythos surrounding it is maybe the best advertisement for it. But is it a continuation of Lovecraft's work, or is it an evolution? Is it a form of a new dark gnosis, or is it a delusionary text that leads us to madness? That's something time will tell. In the Evil Dead series, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis becomes a zombie raising home, and it's central to the franchise's demonic horror. In the real Ghostbusters, Supernatural, The X-Files, The Cabin in the Woods, they all reference this text, the Necronomicon. In music, bands like Metallica, Morbid Angel, and Cradle of Filth have used it in lyrics and in their imagery. In gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, The Call of Cthulhu RPG, and the World of Warcraft, they all include versions of this book. In truth, the Necronomicon has become a model myth, functioning like real folklore, passed down, adapted, and this is important, believed in. Now, the big question is, do people use the Necronomicon as a spiritual text? Well, the answer is yes. Since the 1970s, specifically 1977, occultists have incorporated this text into ceremonial magic, chaos magic, and left-hand path traditions. The Simon Necronomicon has introduced full rituals calling ancient gods, creating magic circles, and invoking gates, with names like Tiamat, Marduk, and Cthulhu appear, mixing Babylonian myth with Lovecraft. As it says in the Simon edition, magic is not a science. It is a collection of techniques, a technology of the imagination. And for some practitioners, the Necronomicon serves as a tool of initiation into what they see as forbidden knowledge, a symbol of transformation, madness as a gate to insight, challenging the rationalism that emerged from the early 20th century's obsession with psychotherapy, and as an act of mythic storytelling. This is maybe one of the more interesting points, giving life to archetypes like chaos, fear, and enticingly the void. But it's when we move into archetypes and Jungian symbolism that this text really flourishes. Its content can be viewed through the lens of depth psychology. Cthulhu and other entities are metaphors for the unconscious mind, for ancient buried trauma, whether personal, genetic, or cultural, and for cosmic awe and terror. In our Disneyfication of spirituality and our sanitization of the evil, locking it away, the power of terror as a motivating force, as a spiritual inspiration, is one that Necronomicon becomes a seminal text in inspiring and opening the door. Carl Jung said, the experience of the self is always a defeat of the ego. And Lovecraft's horrors equal ego death, symbolized in forbidden knowledge. Why has the Necronomicon endured? So, why does it resonate? Well, there is the power of the forbidden. We are drawn to what we shouldn't read. Let's qualify that word shouldn't. We are drawn to what we are told not to read. The Necronomicon is the ultimate forbidden book, like the serpent's apple or fig. It really is open to interpretation. It offers us flexibility in spiritual use. It allows for chaos magic style creativity, where belief is not a tool, not a dogma. A practitioner can call Lovecraftian beings with the same seriousness as they would gods or spirits. In myth-making in the modical world, it's a do-it-yourself mythology. In a world that has moved past institutional religion and has developed distrust for handed down wisdom, books like the Necronomicon offer new pantheons for modern seekers. And lastly, cultural recycling. From RPGs to black metal, the Necronomicon is the ideal dark symbol, instantly recognized, ever adaptable, but not containing the weight of discourse, critique, or tradition. Kenneth Grant, in his work from the Typhonian Order, said Lovecraft was a true seer. He glimpsed realities beyond the veil. Indeed, Grant believed that Lovecraft had accidentally challenged real cosmic truths. So, is it myth? Is it magic? Is it madness? The Necronomicon isn't real in the way a history book is, but it is true in the way myths are true. It is a container for humanity's darkest dreams. It is a modern grimoire born of fear, awe, and imagination. It is a spiritual mirror that reflects our hunger for the unknown. As Lovecraft wrote, speaking through Abdul al-Hazred in the Necronomicon, that which is not dead can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. So, why does the Necronomicon continue to thrive? Why does a fictional book from a century ago still appear on bookshelves, altars, film sets? Because we are storytelling creatures. And when traditional religion no longer speaks to us, we turn to myth. And the Necronomicon is myth incarnate. It speaks to our fear of the unknown. It flirts with our fascination with madness. It offers power to those willing to cross forbidden thresholds. It's dangerous. It's mystical. And most of all, it's ours. No church controls it. No dogma defines it. It lives in the shadows where myth, magic, and imagination meet. Think. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel the book watching you, calling, not with words, but with a hunger older than time. Would you dare open it? If this stirred something in you like a half-remembered dream or a long-forgotten fear, please give this video a like, maybe share with your coven, and please subscribe for more explanations of mysticism, magic, mystery and myth. Drop a comment below. Do you believe the Necronomicon could be real? Until next time, keep your eyes open, your candles lit, and your mind just a little unhinged. I am Shimon de Valencia, and like you, more importantly, I am a merry mystic. Namaste.